going on, everybody? Welcome back to Love, Sex, and Society with Bridget, Angie, and Don. And no, we're not in the right order. Don't get in the comments talking about that. You know who the hell we are. It's right over top. It is, right? Yeah, it is.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, we got a damn good show for y'all tonight. We are all on fucking hype, so I don't know if it's the Red Bull in the air or whatever it is, but enjoy the
It's
damn
the
It's
show.
Beyonce
cancer.
in the air.
It's cancer
Oh,
season.
It
Oh, two
is.
two good reasons. Cancer season and the Beyonce concert going on. Me, I'm just high on life and I'm feeling good.
Me
I'm
too.
feeling real damn good. Um, who's setting it off tonight? I'll set it off tonight.
Yeah,
I
start it
think
off, Don.
yeah, I think and you Bridget set it off last night and Angie set it off the week before. I got y'all. Alright. If you go to a party and you see your for the ladies, if you see your homegirl's man talking to a woman, or for the guys, if you see your homeboy's lady talking to a man at the party, are you going to immediately pick up the phone and call and drop dime, or are you going to approach the situation?
I'm dropping a whole fucking dollar.
God damn, a whole
I'm
Um,
calling her
dollar.
on I'm calling her on FaceTime.
yeah.
Well, actually, I'm gonna go over to him first and be like, "Hi,
And she jumping shit. Girl.
hey, how are you?" And I'm gonna walk up with his name. Hey, let's just say his name is Brian. Hey, Brian.
What?
Hey,
Okay.
what's up? Oh, where's Bridget?
Damn, Bridge, you got a Brian now?
No, I
No, Bridget ain't got no Brian. No, Bridget ain't got no Brian. Bridget ain't got no Brian. But I'm just saying, she was just right here. I need another girl name, just right here. But yeah,
yo,
where's
Angie.
Bridget? You know,
I,
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at her. Where's Bridget?
So somebody said my co-host is petty as hell.
They said we're pretty.
Oh, my
They
bad.
ain't say
I thought he
petty.
said petty.
They said we're
Okay, petty
pretty.
and pretty. Petty and pretty.
um, yo, I'm tripping right now.
But yeah,
Um,
I'm
huh?
yeah.
So
I'm getting
anyway,
all of them now.
I'm tripping right now. I would say if I seen my homegirl's man out and he with somebody else,
He's just talking to her. You don't know what's going on. They just talking.
mm, yeah, I'm definitely gonna tell her. I'm not gonna approach his ass.
So you're not gonna
I mean,
approach
I
him.
know Angie
What's
definitely
up?
that type.
What's up?
She gonna be like, where's your girlfriend?
Where is she?
Angie funny as shit. Yeah, I don't know. I would tell her, but I don't think I would approach it. Um
Is there a reason why you wouldn't just approach the situation yourself?
for real, cause I just feel like I try to stay out of other people's like business, like their relationships and
Hmm.
shit. So it's like I feel like I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't tell her like what I seen, because that would be petty as shit for real. Like, as a friend. But I feel like I don't know. I'm not getting in that business. I don't know. I don't know.
You know,
I might
I
I might
feel
just like
like
maybe like walk make my presence known, like walk past, like look, like
Mm-hmm.
but
make sure he
just
see you.
yes,
Like,
that part. But I don't think I would like go up and say nothing to him.
So you gonna let him know he caught, but
Yeah.
not say nothing.
now what if it's like I feel like there should be different levels of how you approach the situation for different levels of friendships.
Yeah.
Like if that was like my best friend,
Yeah.
like that's my best friend, that's my Parker. Oh yeah, I'm walking right up to him and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
hey." Now, if it's just a homegirl or something, I might I text her and be like, "Hey," be like, "Oh, I just seen blah 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 in the spot." just letting you know he's here.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
Um. What about you, Dawn? Like, is you telling
So
your homeboy?
I would approach the situation myself, and
You would?
yeah, hell yeah,
What the
hell
hell you
yeah,
gonna say?
because I'm at that point I'm his advocate. I'm gonna approach it and I'm gonna walk up and say, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, you were introduced to your friend. I'm her man's homeboy. You know what I'm saying? That's her man is my dude.
Y'all Aquarius funny as shit.
Because there was a situation that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a business meeting with two young ladies. And the girl I was dealing with at the time, her homegirl seen me at lunch with the two young ladies. It was a business lunch though.
Mm-hmm.
And she called her girl and was like, "Oh, I just seen Don." But here's the problem. I just seen Don eating lunch with a chick. So I get home and she's like, "Oh, such and such said they seen you out with a chick." I said, "Nah, if they're gonna tell you this shit, get it right. I was with two women. You know what I'm saying? Let's straighten this shit out." You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't one,
And I was like,
two.
not just one, but two. And it was a business lunch, but had they really walked over and it, you know what I'm saying, and addressed me like most people who know people do, then they would have found out, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is such and such, such and such, business lunch, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But instead, she tried to stir up the pot. And I was like, nah, if she gonna stir the pot up right. Don't say I was with one woman if I was with two. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bridget, you see that man out, you better call me.
Oh yeah. I'll call you.
You better call me.
Nah,
I know
see,
he
if I see
ain't.
it,
You better
I know
call
I ain't
me.
never gonna see it. But if I see B out, I'm like, yo, son,
I mean,
you good? What you doing? You good? I ain't calling you. Fuck, I'm calling you for. I'm right there.
I mean, I don't know. And then in a sense, it's like, all right, maybe I wouldn't want him to see me because I'd be like, bitch, get the fuck up here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, he can see you, and I'ma still get there. Okay?
No, because once he see me, he gonna be like, oh fuck no, I gotta get the fuck out of here. He gonna be plotting to leave. Like, no, I feel like I would have to be sneaky. Like, bitch, this nigga is bitch. Like, no, get the fuck here right now.
All in her face.
Yeah. And then we gonna be recording like fucking cheaters and shit.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Y'all need to chill. Just walk up on the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that response.
Just walk up on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Address it yourself.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you are tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you know the situation. Because when you walk up on it, you're going to see their facial reactions. And their face is going to tell you exactly what the fuck's going on. Oh, shit. Mm-hmm.
Caught.
Yeah.
Caught, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Now you can snap your pictures and all that shit that y'all do on social media. Y'all be crazy with that shit.
We ready to take a whole selfie, all three of us.
Yeah, so he can't later on be like, oh, that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? You need to catch the pictures, but
all right,
address the situation yourself first.
So what happens if your homegirl get there and then y'all, because I know y'all seen cheaters and all that shit, where it's like, all right, the wife pop up and he with the side bitch, and then she like, who the fuck is this? The wife like, who the fuck is this? And he like, he denying his wife at this point.
Oh shit!
And you there with the wife?
Please, I'm pulling up every receipt in my pocket.
Yup, but like, what if the wife still don't want to leave his ass after some shit like that?
Ooh, now that's happened. That has happened.
Yeah.
So you
if that happens, I know how to approach the next situation.
You just let her be stupid. Like, yo, you good?
Yeah. Oh yeah. After that, yeah.
What
if
I
y'all
see him out
with another bitch,
you good, dummy?
Yeah.
You good?
Hey yo, I'm screaming.
I be thinking that's mad wild, like, cause I did used to watch Cheater, like how men would just be like, they wouldn't give a fuck that they wife catch them. They would still be like, nah, come on with the side bitch.
Right.
Leave
Protecting shorty.
Yeah.
Yo, leave her alone. Yeah, all right. I'm
Yeah.
going to jail on this TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you,
Jail.
and I know I got a story for every goddamn thing, but it seemed like everything has goddamn happened to me. So,
You've lived a long life, sir. Probably has.
a very fruitful life, yes, indeed, very fruitful.
Yes. Very rich.
So this girl I was dealing with, and she wasn't really my girl. She was a girl I was dealing with. We just call it dealing. Her homegirl, her roommate, tried to set me up. So her roommate calls me and says, "Yo, my car broke down. Come through, scoop me up."
Her homegirl?
Yeah. So I'm like, ah, you know what I'm
for?
saying? I'm a good dude. Alright, cool. I ain't gonna leave you stranded on the side of the road. I go through, I scoop her. She gets in the car, she was like, oh wait, such and such got my key. I don't even have my key. Alright, well, you know. I ain't gonna leave you on the side of the damn road. Alright, just come back to my spot and
That's where you
wait
fuck.
till you. I fucked up in all the way. I fucked up going to pick her up. So I was like, yo, just, you know what I'm saying, hit her up, come back to my spot, and she come through, you know what I'm saying, scoop you, and then y'all go home. All right, cool. I still think I'm being a good dude. Anyway, one thing kind of leads to another, and situations got kind of foggy, and
Nigga, I know you did not.
Oh my gosh, Don. You are so easy.
I didn't wait. I came close. I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
You were.
We got close to the fornication part, but we didn't fornicate.
That's too far. Anyway.
That is too far. I was literally way past the line of the demarcation point. I was way past that. So she calls her homegirl. Homegirl comes scoop up from the house. So you know what I'm saying? Thanks for looking out for her. I was like, yeah, you know, it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. So she tells her about the situation. She tells about
Lord,
whatever didn't happen. So they both come back to my house the next day. The girl I'm dealing with is like, how could you? And I was like, first of all, stop yelling in my hallway because I got neighbors. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to come inside and lower your voice. So she comes in and she's like yelling at me, how could you do this? You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be blah, blah, blah. And her homegirl is sitting there like looking at me like, how you gonna get out of this shit? I was like, yo, y'all can both get the fuck out. Because neither one of y'all pay rent here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't pay rent here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can both leave. And if you want to believe her, that's fine. This could be the last day we deal. She goes, I don't really believe her. I'm like, what the fuck?
There you
That
go.
shit worked? I did not believe that shit would fucking work. Way too fucking easy, you. But
So,
her girlfriend shouldn't have tried to set me up.
yeah. I got a question. So, married and you in a committed relationship, Angie,
Mm-hmm.
do you trust your best friend in the house with your party? Without
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. What?
Mm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Certain
Angie
friends.
confident in my bitch.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm confident in my bitch and my man. Absolutely.
Good.
Parker would never and Brandon would never.
I
Absolutely.
like that answer, Angie.
I honestly, I'll be real. I would trust all my homegirls in my house without my boyfriend.
Yeah.
No question.
What about
No
you?
question.
I trust my woman. So prior to my marriage, so my current marriage, I trust her, and if somebody that I knew tried to come on to, I'd probably come to the house and it'd be like police and shit, and somebody's pulling a body out the house. It's a whole lot of shit about to happen.
Yeah.
But previous chicks, nah, it's certain dudes I would trust around, and certain dudes I wouldn't. Like, if I call somebody my brother, I kind of trust you, and I would hope not. If my girl is laying in the fucking living room butt ass naked, you gonna walk the fuck out because you like, nah. But there's some dudes that I've ran with throughout my lifetime. I wouldn't trust them to be standing across the street from my house if I'm not at home. Not even in the house.
That's the best.
Um. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know.
Do you have now? You have so for women, it's a lot harder because men are weak. You know what I'm saying? We all what the fuck we are. Like we are. And if one of your homegirls come on to your man, he gonna fold. He gonna fold like a deck of cards.
And he gonna die.
So do you all have women that you can trust no matter what the situation?
So I feel like
Yes.
now I do. I
Yeah.
feel like in my certain point of my 20s, probably my earlier 20s, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I had that done to me. I had a friend that fucked my nigga behind my back, you know. And some other situations too. I ain't gonna lie. So I think because that is like something that I have experienced, like someone like betraying me and doing something like that to me. I feel like it would be. I feel like it would be hard for me, but honestly, I feel like the friends that I have now, I wouldn't have to question. Like I wouldn't, like you know what I'm saying, like if it was a fucking snowstorm and they like I was right around the corner from your house, but you not there, and my husband or whoever was there, like let her in, like you know. But I definitely, I don't know. I'm gonna just shut up.
Yeah. Listen, I have 10. I have like 11 friends, and 4 of them are my sisters. So my sisters definitely ain't going. They're definitely not going.
See you later, son.
Yeah.
And my homegirls, my best friends Parker and Sasha, they definitely not going. My homegirls from high school, they definitely not going. Bridget, I know you not going. So really it.
Yeah.
Really it. And and when I say Brandon loves my homegirls like they're literally his sisters,
I got another
he
question.
loves my sisters like they're his sisters.
I got another question.
Okay.
Because it was some shit I seen on social media, all right? So somebody that I know, they was like on vacation, right? With like a group of friends, but they with a girlfriend or whatever, right? But
Okay.
the homegirls had like thong bikini on and shit. So like, how is that when your man is around and your homegirl got a thong on? Like,
good question.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. When I seen that shit, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I probably would like, I don't know. Like, I'm very jealous. I ain't gonna lie. So
yeah, that's something that I would speak on. You
would tell
know,
your homegirl like, bitch, you
But
had put a towel on.
I would tell her like, girl, why you out here with our niggas and you got your ass out?
So that's the question. Like, do you feel like it should be like if it's a group trip with like your friends, your man, maybe their man, or some of them single? Do you feel like they should dress appropriate? Like, because even if say some of your friends are single and they like, I should be able to wear what I want, like bikini wise. But do you feel like out of respect because they know that your man and other people got their man with them, like they should dress a certain way?
here's the question on that though, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all at a public venue or y'all at a private venue? Because if you're at a private venue, then yeah, the women should dress a little more conservative because other men are around.
I'm saying like public, like say y'all on vacation and y'all go to the beach, like, and it's a group thing, and it's like some of your homegirls got like thong bikini on, but your man is there, like.
I mean, I'm the type of woman that's very
Nicole funny as shit.
no for real. She is.
Okay, she's like, bitch, I'm gonna look at that ass too.
Right. I'm a very socially and spatially aware person.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I really do, I really put that on how I was raised for real.
Mhm.
So I 100% believe that there is a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
And I believe that a, group trip would be a time and a place for respect
Right.
and respect for other couples
Mhm.
and respect for the group entirely. So you shouldn't be walking around with your ass out. That's just me.
Yeah.
So
That's just how I am. And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I just like, and I am a skimpy clothes wearer. I wear skimpy clothes. Like, I'm a girl that, I like to lift the girls up. I like really, really super low cut shirts. I'm the queen of a crop top. I will wear a short
Yeah, because the
skirt.
body was bodying this weekend.
Listen,
Go ahead.
I
I'm
will
about to
wear
call
me a short
Brandon.
skirt. I will wear me some shorts and all of this. But I will, be respectful with it. Like, if we go to a beach, no, I'm not wearing no thong bikini. If we go to a beach, I'm not going to wear my bikini top the way that I would normally wear it because I'm the kind of person I flip my bikini tops over. And when I flip them over, they all out. Will I wear it like that if I'm going out with my homegirls and they men? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get a cover up. You feel me? I'm
Wait.
a
I don't understand. Help me with the flip part, because I.
You're a boy. You're not gonna understand it, and I'm not gonna. I'm be real. I'm not about to explain it. You're a guy. You're not gonna get it.
You
Um,
flip.
because you know how the bathing suit is like a triangle.
Okay.
So if you flip it, it turns the triangle. See, I can't explain it. I'm not about to do this, Don.
It's just like wearing a bikini top like a different way.
Yeah, I'm just wearing a different way. I'm just wearing a different way.
Whereas
So
it
the,
probably is more revealing.
so
Yeah,
the top of the triangle is now at the bottom.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Freak.
the top of the triangle is turned. Okay, so basically, right? You know how bikini top got the straps at the top and then the
Yeah,
top that
yeah,
go
yeah.
around and turn.
Right. You just flip it
I'm
upside down.
taking Yeah, I'm taking the part that go around and turn. I'm putting that around my neck. And the shoulders part, I'm putting them around my yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever catch you at a resort like that, I'm telling you, flip that shit upside. Go and goddamn turn that shit
Anyway,
right
yeah.
side up.
Um.
And I'm calling Brandon.
Anyway,
And I'm taking
sir.
pictures of calling Brandon. No, I'm
Okay,
saying.
Dad. You
Right.
are old
So
enough to be my
here,
father, so you
I
probably
am
would say
not
some
older to
shit
be your
like that.
father. You're too many years older than my daughter. So here's the thing. I look at it
My
like
dad's
this.
Go ahead.
57.
If you go to if everybody go out to a public situation, I can't control, and neither can you. You can't control what everybody else is wearing. So why should your girl be more restricted than what everybody else is wearing? She's enjoying
I
herself.
mean, I feel like I'm gonna be real. That's just a personal thing, I'm not gonna like trip on it. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, girl, what is you doing, girl? Why you girl? Like I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not gonna do all that, but I'm be like, damn girl,
Cause it's really at
where's
that point.
that
At,
wine?
at that point,
I'm not
it's
going
really
wild on her. She can wear what she want. Like at the end of the day, wear what you want because you're a grown woman. Wear what you want. But I just feel like everyone has their own level of respect, and for me, the level
because
of respect would be to not wear my ass out.
but at that point she's not looking. So I'm speaking on a public situation. You know what I'm saying? You at a public resort. She ain't looking for your man. She looking for a man. You know what I'm saying? Like and
I feel okay. So
Well, first of all, if we going on a whole couples trip, I'm probably not going to invite my single homegirl. I'm be real.
why not? She
I mean,
want to
I
party
just feel
too.
like it's sometimes like I don't know if y'all ever see like, but it be like groups of people. Like sometimes some people have like big friend groups, So they
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, we going on a trip somewhere. You got some people that's single. You got some people that's like in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Um, me personally, like I get it. Like you're going out the country, so it's like you probably want to look your best. Um, but me personally, I kind of feel the same way Angie feel. Like like I ain't gonna lie, like I just like I'll give you an example. Like one time my aunt was like she wanted me to come to Florida and like come visit her, and she's like, "Oh, you could stay with me." And she got a husband, but like Florida is hot, so it's like I'm not wearing a fucking turtleneck in somebody else's house because your man is there, like and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be wearing shorts. And honestly, like I don't want to be walking around nobody's house and with a husband and be having shorts or anything to wear, because it's like I know that like my intentions is with it, but it's like regardless of what you think, like some men, even if they be like, oh, that's my little niece or whatever case may be, they might look like and I
They're
don't
gonna
ever want to
look.
be put into a position where it's like I give the opportunity, regardless that he shouldn't be. I don't want none of my friends' husbands or whatever like looking at me in that predicament. Like
Yeah.
I'll give y'all examples too, and I don't give a fuck because if this motherfucker watching it or not or whatever. But like
Damn.
this girl that my sister used to be cool with, like he might be watching. I don't give a shit. Um, yeah, like randomly just fucking inbox me talking about
Oh
yeah.
no.
Look,
No.
let me tell you shit because my sister ain't been cool with this girl for a few years now, and he randomly just fucking DM me recently like, hey, like I always had a thing for you, but I was married and then I got divorced and I had to take some time to heal. So what's up? Like I always want to talk to you, nigga. Why you keep
Always.
being cool with your ex-wife? Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right, fall all the way the fuck back. Like fall back.
And it's like the nerve, because nigga, nobody want to talk to your ass. You feel me? But that right there is just like mind blowing to me. And I don't feel like I ever went around him while he was with her and looked no type of way. You know what I'm saying? But that is a prime example why I'm not gonna be wearing no skimpy ass shit around somebody's man. Like I don't ever want to be put in the middle of if it wasn't for her or nothing like that.
Yeah. I feel that.
So
Because
I
he could
get
even
what you.
look at you. He could even just glance at you and not some shit.
Yeah,
Nope.
So
because
I went to a pool party last weekend, and so it's a very co-ed fucking pool party. Some women are single, most women are with their man or whatever. But like what I noticed was the women that was with their men was dressed very conservative. You know what I'm saying? They still had on bikinis. Like it wasn't nobody wearing no goddamn snorkel suit and shit. But the women that were single dressed a little more provocative
yeah,
because there were single guys there. So they're not advertising themselves for the married men. They're advertising themselves for single men.
And I
But at
love that
that
for
point,
them.
you kind of got to look at, you know what I'm saying, it's my man's place to say, that's not for me to look at, you know what I'm saying? Or that's not my situation. Because if you go with your man to a public beach, let's say y'all go to Cancun, you know what I'm saying? Y'all
Mhm.
chilling. The women are gonna be damn near naked
you
all the way
right,
around,
you
and
right.
he gonna look. But it's for him to say, okay, well, that's my girl or my wife's, you know what I'm saying, best friend. I got all these other chicks to look at. I ain't looking at her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's advertising for
Yeah,
what
but
she
like
wants.
y'all gotta go back home, and the best friend going back home with y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
That's no different because I do know what you're talking about because like I feel like even in Miami, like I didn't know that they let women be topless like certain hours in the morning. So like one morning, like me and my niece and my sister out there, and these bitches just got their titties out. And then my niece thinks she taking her fucking bikini. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why is these bitches walking around with their titties out? And then like, I guess we looked it up or something like that, and it's like they allow them to or whatever. And I mean, my at the time, my sister's her ex, like her baby father, or whatever. He was there, and I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have felt some certain way. Like, I don't know.
Like, no, you need to
But it's
go
like
back
that
home.
you can't help because ultimately, like, all right, you don't know those bitches. You're not going back home to them. But it's like the
Yeah.
best friend. If he's looking at the best friend, like, damn, best friend, like, yeah. And then he go home
So
and try her.
I will say that one of the biggest causes of women's best friends trying out their friend's man is this shit.
How good it is.
Yeah, you. Let me tell you,
Yep.
and
My grandparents told me to stop posting so much good shit on Facebook about my man.
sometimes you
Because
gotta
somebody
shut the
gonna
fuck
try to
up.
take them from me.
Sometimes you got, because let me tell you, and I don't say this shit with any type of I don't big up my chest on this, but a lot of the chicks that I fucked with back in the days was because the girl I was dealing with ran her motherfucking mouth. And her girlfriend was like, I'm gonna try that shit out too. Fuck it. Um so sometimes you gotta keep certain shit to yourself. You can say, I'm happy. I'm happy.
No, I'm gonna be like, his dick whack as shit, but I love him.
Hey, yo.
But you know what?
I love
They'll
him for
try
real.
that shit too.
You
They'll
think
fucking
so?
try that shit too.
Fuck no.
Fuck yes. They'll be like, oh, it's whack for
Like,
her, but what
he
about
barely
for
got
me?
it. It's this small,
Hey, yo.
but I love him for who he is.
Hey, yo.
Let me tell you, like you some certain shit you gotta keep to yourself.
I mean, I do agree with that. I don't feel like, I told y'all the situation in the past, like, where it's like my fake ass old friend, fucking with my niggas, but I'm never gonna kiss and tell, but yeah, after shit like that, I probably would try to talk a nigga, like, be like, oh no, that shit wasn't it. Just so a bitch not curious.
Cause I've had chicks friends who will be like, yo, I heard you do blah blah blah, and I want to try, and I'm like once again, your man will fold sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Now,
you
not all the
folded?
time. Huh? Oh, I folded.
So you folded? Is that what you're saying?
Man, I folded like motherfucking a nigga getting hit by Mike Tyson. Folded.
Like a lawn chair.
Yes. But I also that now once again that's pre me. The new me, I keep my distance from certain situations just because I know women do talk. Women do, talk to one another. I don't want to be a part of that. And I had a good friend of mine who's like, when the women at his house, and they have a fucking beautiful house. They're the one that had the pool party. Beautiful house, fucking pool party, all that shit. He said, yo, when the women come over the house, I find somewhere else to fucking be. Just so that there is no misconception of where the hell he stands. And when he said it to me, I was like, damn, I never thought about fucking doing that. But I do. I say hi, hello, hey, what's going on, sis? And I move the fuck on. I find somewhere else to be.
Nicole said, yes, certain things to get so, but I can be open and be like, girl, guess what? Da, da, da. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that, but it's like everybody gonna have a cousin Faith in your family or something. You never know.
My cousin Faith.
And cousin Faith
Yo,
Hey,
ain't shit.
yo.
what was that on?
Shit.
What was that?
Soul food, right?
Soul food, yeah.
No. What's the
Soul
soul food?
food,
Yeah.
yeah.
Outside that,
Yeah.
I'm all I'm saying is like, if it's somebody that you can't get rid of, that you shouldn't be telling you and your man business, then yeah, don't tell them your man business, you and your man business. But I feel like if it's a friend, I mean, at this age, we fucking grown. You should definitely have a solid group of friends where it's like, yeah, I'm not saying you can't, but
Hey, yo.
Cause
Be
I dealt with
coops.
this chick. I dealt with this chick one time who was just hungry for friends. Like, she didn't really have her own set of friends. She was just hungry for friends. And so I traveled down And I doubt if she'll ever watch the show, but if she does, now you know what the fuck happened. How about that? I went down to Alabama, spend the week with her and her family. This chick that wasn't really her friend, but she was just starving for friendship,
Mm-hmm.
came over to the house or whatever. She leaves me and her in the den, and I'm just sitting there watching TV or whatever, just having casual conversation. And this chick, when I say full blown, went all the fucking way, went all the fucking way. And her alleged or supposed homegirl is in the kitchen cooking. We had, and when it was all said and done, I was like, nigga, how stupid are you? Like, you are hundreds of miles away from home. If she kick you out right now, what the fuck your stupid ass gonna do? But the girl that she thought she would be a friend to went ham. We sitting in the fucking den and rode me and every fucking thing. Whole fucking bag. And I'm done. And after we was finished, I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? Not only was the girl there, it wasn't her house, it was her parents' house. So her parents are in the crib, everything. And I'm like, so
Don, you be stressing me the fuck out, bro. For real.
yo, I be stressing me the fuck out. I be looking back on some shit going, damn son, how you make it out?
I do not. I will never understand how niggas can act that way, bro. I swear to God, I can't.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
I can't
know
understand
why
how women can act that way.
way.
Wait a goddamn minute. I was just chilling watching TV. She came on to me.
And you didn't say, "Oh no, please stop."
Yeah, that sounds like nothing a guy would say. None of those things the guy's gonna say.
Yeah.
Those are none of the things the guys are gonna say. They're not gonna be like, "Oh no, wait, stop! Don't do this." Yeah, that's all movies. So
So, Dawn,
I'm
you
stressed
tell me
out,
right
bro.
fucking now, as a married man,
I'm stressed out.
if one of the Kel friends came on to you, you ain't gonna say, "Bitch, my wife over there."
oh, different situation. Wife, I might get cursed out for smacking the shit out of this shit. Don't do that shit to my fucking marriage. We happy.
That's
We
my-
happy. So, but that's
stressed out.
different. That's different. That's a grown married man. This should go with the eyeballs. Grown married man
Nicole, get nothing into existence. Go ahead.
and I would look at things differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also play my position differently. But back then, like, I was just, for all intentional purposes, I was just somebody
All right.
with.
Spice it up. You walk in, your partner fucking somebody else. What y'all doing?
Oh,
I can't say what I'm going to do because it will incriminate me. Thank you. Next.
Yeah.
yeah. So you got
What you gonna do?
15.
I want to know, as a man, like, what type of emotional intelligence do you have? How are you
None.
gonna react? If you walk in and the cow getting piped down, what are you gonna
Bridget,
Mm.
you ain't had to say all that.
I mean, if you're gonna say it, might as well say it.
Sorry, sis. Sorry.
do?
So as a married man, I got 15 seconds to react that I can't be charged for. I'm gonna take advantage of those 15 seconds and I'm gonna go ahead and unload.
All right, because you gonna say it's a
It's a what's the name? That's
don't-
crime of passion.
Yeah,
Hell
crime-
yeah. Fuck that. I got 15 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and embrace those 15 seconds to catch a free body.
True.
And not that I'm gonna hurt her. No. Now you gotta live with the fact that you got him hurt. I don't want to hurt her. Him though. And I don't care if he ain't know she was married. He ain't know it was my house. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
I'ma dump on him. And I'ma dump on him for that whole 15 fucking seconds. Whole 15.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I feel like is respectful, right? And I know this is gonna sound crazy.
She didn't respectful at all.
Yeah, that's how I knew you was going. I knew this where you was going. But there's a respectful type of cheating. Not that I'm gonna do any of it. Let me, because my wife is on the whole goddamn podcast with me. I'm not gonna do any of it. But there's a certain type of respectful cheating, and there's disrespectful cheating.
So what's the respectful?
Respectful is you keep that shit away from, you know what I'm saying, your wife or your significant other. Oh, with your frowned up face. Give me a moment. Because if this, for some reason, you got to go out and cheat, the primary thing that you should be thinking is, I don't want to put this in my woman or my man's face. You go and you do that. You go as far the fuck away from home. You don't fucking be sitting there at damn what the fuck is the damn restaurant Flamingo or what the fuck is the name of shit? Blue Oyster, whatever the fuck the name of the goddamn restaurant in Maryland.
Blue Dolphin?
Whatever the fuck it is, yeah. You don't be out in public if you cheat. The absolute worst thing you could do, cheating on your person, is to do it at home. Don't fucking soil your bed with this motherfucker. Come on, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there's certain things you just don't fucking do, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
And yes, cheating as a whole is wrong. Here y'all go. I'll help y'all out with that one. Cheating is wrong, and you should never cheat on anybody. But if you do that shit in a situation where you're not gonna get caught, you're not gonna get caught up. Don't do it with some dumb person who no saying gonna blow up your spot. Do it with somebody who gonna have respect. You know what I'm saying? Respect for your situation. If
Dog, go fuck the hell.
Please. The deepest part.
Nick, how people
The deepest fucking part.
and don't give him no coochie.
Make him ass sleep on the couch.
For
Let the
real.
dog lay in his
I don't
fucking
do
place.
couches. No,
Let the
we
dog
just
lay
be
in
mad
his
the bed
fucking
together.
place.
Yo. Not find somebody
Sometimes-
that's respectful. Fuck out of here.
Dawn,
Yeah, there's a
you
respectful
make
side
me hate
piece.
men every.
And there's
You
a
make me
disrespectful
make
side
men.
piece.
You make me hate men. There's talking to you, Dawn.
No,
There's
I
a
should make you love
guaranteed
men.
moment at least once a week. Now that I'm doing this shit, that you make me hate men at least once a
No.
week. I'ma hate men at least once a week
I know.
for the rest of my life, probably.
No, guys. No. Okay, so here's the thing, right? There's good guys, there's bad guys, and there's guys
And then
that
there's fucking Dawn.
are bad, but they do good things. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
Fuck out of here. Stop condoning. You a married man. You supposed to be vouching for men to be monogamous.
Oh, you know how I feel about monogamy. It just depends on who you are. Monogamy
Dawn,
is.
but why are you encouraging people to cheat?
I don't encourage anybody to cheat. First of all, here's the thing, and I'm gonna put it on both sides of the coin real quick.
Not acceptable.
If you got a man that is not a habitual cheat, like that's not what he does. Do everything you possibly can to make sure that your man is fucked and fed before you leave the house. Okay? Hard stop.
Yeah, but some men, you could fucking feed that
Stop.
on cheat.
Right. So there's the other side of the coin. If you just happen to be fucking with a dude who he cheated on his last 5 girlfriends and you thinking to yourself, oh, he won't do that shit on me, you expect to be fucking cheated on.
But
He is going to fucking cheat.
You saying if a
Hard
woman
stu-
fuck her man?
No, if a woman is with a man and he's sitting there like, I broke up with this chick because I cheated on her, and I broke up with that chick because I cheated on her. You should probably not fuck with him if you don't want him to cheat on you, because he's going to cheat. That's just who the fuck he
Yeah,
is.
but what about holding him accountable? You shouldn't be in a relationship if you plan to fuck other people. Yeah.
But if he said he was a cheater, then you should kind of accept him for who the fuck he gonna be.
If he's a cheater, then he shouldn't want to be in a monogamous relationship.
He should
Yeah,
go be-
you right.
Right.
You-
Like what you get in a relationship for what?
Cause some guys just like to hold somebody down while not being held
It's
down.
a toxic motherfucker.
That sounds so stupid.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that's right.
That is
But there are guys who will lock a woman down even though they don't want to be locked down. So they want to have a good woman, but they don't want to be a good man. That shit exists. It's fucked up. It's some fucked up shit. And for all those guys out there that are like that, y'all are all piece of shit.
Thank you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just real. Like, if you find a good woman and you can't be a good man, let her the fuck go. Let her go find a good man.
It's crazy.
Right.
But if you a woman and you know that this guy done cheated on the last 5 women he's been with, you can't change him. I don't give a fuck if you suck him, fuck him, the best he's ever had. He's going to try to find better. That's what the fuck they do. So don't blame
Feel like
him.
Always the cheater.
Once a cheater. Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah,
I used to be a cheater.
I was ready to
You
say.
say that. You see, y'all tried to back me into a corner.
Because I mean, you already did it because you said listen, all I know is
Yourself now.
contradicting because you've said that you've cheated in basically all of your relationships.
Not all.
And
There was like 3 that didn't.
Fuck out of here.
So you've cheated in like 90% of your
I'm
relationships.
joking.
You just said that, you know, if a guy cheated on his last 5 girlfriends, you'd be stupid to think that he's not going to cheat in this relationship. But
Here's the thing.
you've told us stories that you cheated on your last 5 girlfriends, and now you are a married man.
Not the last 5.
Dawn in the doghouse.
Maybe 5 before that. But here's the thing, right? If you get with a man, first of all, for every woman who gets with a man, immediately that's not your boyfriend. I know Angie. I know Angie. That's your thing, and I ain't gonna knock you for it. However,
Listen, I'm one of a kind. That's just how I roll. So
I know. I got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You put them handcuffs on, you don't be playing with them. But you have to kind of see who that person's going to be before you start putting your feelings into him, before you start, you know what I'm saying, get emotionally attached. Because it takes a while before you find out who a real person really is. And if they tell you in advance, they need to show you they're no longer that person. Like, I used to be a habitual cheater. I used to be. But I'm also now a person who spends majority of his time in the house. What the hell?
Okay, so what makes you want to stop cheating?
Growing the fuck up, honestly. Growing the fuck up. Okay. Like, sometimes you just gotta grow the fuck up. Some guys grow up at 30. Some guys grow up at 25. Some guys grow up at 50. But when somebody grows up and they realize that I want to, be focused on one woman, because that's the flex. And I'll tell every guy, you know what I'm saying, that listens to the show, that watches the show, that's the flex. When you can basically take one woman and really truly make her happy, that's the flex. Trying to make 5 different women partially happy, that ain't a flex. That shit, because what you're doing is you leaving 5 different women partially fulfilled. And now they're thinking that partial is good enough, and it's not. So since y'all want to back me in the corner, I'm gonna get on my soapbox. Every guy is not a cheater. Some guys cheat for reasons. It may not be good reasons, but it's reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse.
Some say it's an excuse. I say it's a reason. My wife
I
coming down
feel like if
here
you're
saying this
not satisfied with
excuse.
the person you're in a relationship with, leave.
Say that again.
I said I just feel like if you're not satisfied with the person you're in a relationship with, leave.
And that sounds good in theory, but everybody on the show and everybody's watching the show, y'all heard about the 80-20, right? 80-20 rule.
What is
So
it?
sometimes you are just happy with 80%, but you missing 20. And then there's that
Stop.
one chick out there that's
He's
willing to
tired of
give the
hearing excuses. Fuck the
No,
80
it's
20.
not an excuse. That's real. That's real. Now, is it a false realness? Sure, absolutely. Because I'd rather get 80% of what I'm guaranteed to get than 20% and miss out on 80%. But I'm also grown. But that 80-20 has gotten a lot of men and a lot of women into problems. Because I know women who have left 80% of that guy makes sure that the bills are paid, he takes care of her, he takes care of the kids, he's a good father, a good husband, but he's not just fulfilling her the way she wants. And then she finds the guy at work and he's got the 20%. He's like, yo, good conversation. Oh, make you smile, make you laugh. We ain't never arguing. We're going to go to museums. And she's like, oh my God, like this is the shit. No, he's still going to be missing the 80% that you're already getting. So as if we can get rid of the 80-20, if we start looking and appreciating more of the 80% we're getting and stop looking for the 20% that we're not, we won't cheat. A lot of us won't cheat.
Yeah.
But we've clung to these topics. Who's up next? Cause y'all ain't gonna beat me up the whole damn show.
Angie,
Who's going next?
Why not? Yay!
you want me to go next or you, Angie?
I can go. I can go.
I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm still with y'all though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my topic is, why are the men that always claim that they're high vibrational, alpha males, and they're really not, always looking for high vibrational women?
Mm, you said alpha males.
Hmm.
And what would make them not like high vibrational?
Like, I just feel like, the guys that always claim to be, an alpha male, and they're just so highbrow and they can bring X, Y, and Z to the table when it's not even really much. And they just, how can I explain this? I don't know. I just feel like they're looking for women to drain.
Mm, I feel you. So you feel like they. So do you feel like it's because maybe they want to be high vibrational and they like? I feel like people want to feed off people energy. Like you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I feel like people also can steal people energy too.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I'm gonna say maybe because like it's just like when somebody got something and you be like, dang, I want that too. But it seems
Yeah.
like and the only way to for you to figure out how to get it is like let me get closer to that type of person. I don't know. I
So
mean, you feel like they drain women of their energy.
I do. I feel like, like the alpha male type, I feel like they, they have that, like, this type of ego about them,
Hmm.
you know, that, I feel like you have to be a different kind of person to address yourself as an alpha male. in general.
So
You know.
Mhm.
there was a time when guys would always they would always try to present themselves in the best light. They would try to have the best job or at least have the most money. Um, but then there came a time when guys started thinking, okay, look, not only do I want to have the most, but I also want a woman who has the most. And that kind of changed the game for everybody.
Mhm.
So, yes, there are guys who may not be on a certain level who look for a woman that's on a certain level because they want to come up. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody who's a come up for them. But women have been doing that shit for years.
She's not talking about that, Dawn. She's talking about like she's not talking about like materialistic things. She's talking about like energy, like she's talking about like she said, why do what you say? You said why do alpha men be trying to go for like high vibrational women just to drain them of their energy? So it's not
Yeah.
like is and we're not talking about materialistic things. We're not talking about because she got money or the things that she have. We talking about
Mm.
like she's high vibrational.
Yeah.
So, so if an alpha male spends most of his time trying to drain a woman of her energy or trying to basically pull her down, he's a narcissist. That's some shit you want to stay away from. Um, because there are guys that have very narcissistic ways, and women will ignore that red flag for some reason because some women will think, okay, well, no saying he's got it going on. No saying he's an alpha male. No saying he's that shit. But that's very narcissistic and it's very emotionally abusive.
Mm-hmm.
If a man can be an alpha male and not be threatened by you being an alpha female. But a man that's an alpha male and he wants to bring you down levels, like he wants to basically drain you of what you've become, that's a narcissist. And
Yeah.
I tell all women avoid narcissistic men as much as possible
Yeah.
because
Like
go
I was
ahead.
just gonna read the comment. Nicole said, "Men, men not walking around saying I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha. Most alphas don't have to say it." And
That's
yeah,
right.
that's what I be saying too. Like like it's something that's just in you. And I feel like at that point that makes you high vibrational. Because it's just in you. That's not something that you have to describe yourself as. That's not like uh a label you put on yourself.
Yeah. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I feel like if it's just an alpha male and he like well yeah I guess it would be considered a narcissist if you trying to drain energy. I can see if you like want to feed off energy or you want to
Right.
like learn how to vibrate just as high. But I definitely feel like if a alpha man come into a woman's life and he's trying to drain her of her energy. I mean, I would say that is like Don said. I feel like it's narcissistic because like narcissists are just very selfish.
Mhm.
They only care about their needs, their wants, their feelings. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like, go
I
ahead.
think that like you said, so there are alpha males. Once again, if you're an alpha male, you're never going to call yourself an alpha male. It's just never going to happen.
What's the definition of an alpha male?
So, an alpha male is somebody who takes charge, who leads. He doesn't really know any other way except to take charge and to lead. When he's around other men, he's still an alpha male.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't take the back seat because he's around other alpha males. But he's always going to be especially when it comes to his relationships, his children, he's always going to be seen as the end all be all, an alpha male.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll never call himself an alpha male. As a matter of fact, he would probably look at people sideways if somebody else called him an alpha male. Because to him, he's just him.
Yeah.
He's just who he is. I don't ever want to be. I don't think anybody's ever called me an alpha male, and I won't call myself an alpha male. But I do know that there's certain things that I want to lead on, and I'm not looking for acceptance to lead. I'm just gonna lead. Like that's just who I am.
Yeah.
If so, and like Bridget said, some guys will go. You know what? I'm on this level,
Ugh.
and I want a woman who's also going to be on that level, so we can feed off each other. Because
I have to go to the bathroom.
the only thing that did she just say I go to the doctor?
No, to the back.
Bathroom.
Oh, bathroom. Okay, I've been there. So the only way that if a strong man gets with a weak woman, depending on how strong he is, a weak woman could pull him down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing for a strong woman. If a strong woman gets with a weak man, he will pull her down. It is so much easier to pull somebody up, or excuse me, it's so much easier to pull somebody down than it is to pull somebody up.
Yeah.
And if somebody's willing to try to pull you down, you'll fall. There's just nothing you can do to avoid it except not deal with that person. And that's relationships, that's friendships, all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like people do have to surround themselves around what they want to be like.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like if I want to be an entrepreneur, I gotta be around other people who are entrepreneurs. You know.
Yep.
If I want to be rich, I need to hang out with people who like are wealthy. Like to learn from. That's how you learn. I can see that. I mean, I feel like I don't know. Angie's question was saying, drain. Why do men do it? I don't know. I'm not a man. I don't think like that. I've never thought like that. Like even as a woman, like I never thought like, oh, let me come around a man and try to drain him. You know, I feel like if you fuck with somebody, I feel like you should be feeding into them, like speaking life into them. You know.
See that, and that's something I've always done. Mostly because, and I'm gonna have to put on my glasses to read Blow's comment. Yes, my vision is going blurry. But I've always felt like any relationship I get in, no matter how much of a shithole I've been, I still want to leave a woman better when I leave than when I found her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to drain her of her energy. I want to create some energy. But even with saying that, how much good did I really do if I lift her up, but then I chop her down by leaving? You know what I'm saying? So even though my goal was to not leave her in a worse position than I found her, yes, I lifted her up because I always, you know what I'm saying, talk highly of women. You know what I'm saying? I let a woman know how good she is.
Yeah.
But then when I leave, I still chopped it down a little bit just by leaving. Blow said, I carry myself as a man. I expect my woman to just be herself. However, that may be. I make sure to protect that. I just want to live and experience and want that for the people around me. Okay. So what you're basically saying, to sum that up, because Um, even with my glasses on, the damn glare of the damn thing is on my eyes. Um, so basically, what we're saying is, even though you want to big somebody up, you basically want the people around you to also live their true self. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Um, so Ange, a good man, and a good man doesn't have to be a strong man. He doesn't have to be a alpha man. He could just be a good man. He's always gonna try to make you feel good. He's gonna do everything that he can to make you feel better than you did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But there are guys who put themselves mentally on a high level, but they still have that low self esteem inside them. Guys have low self esteem too, and a low self esteem dude will do the same thing to a woman as a low self esteem woman will do to a guy. Low
Yeah.
self esteem people should
What?
be with low self esteem people. That's just my fucking opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Did you answer your own question?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I?
I came up with this shit.
Did I?
What the
I
hell's
may
in
have.
that shit? Know what I'm saying?
Like, what? Like,
It's this cut water.
oh,
Cut. Cut.
drink it.
Cut.
Tequila. I mean, not tequila, margarita. Um.
Yeah, martini.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I see.
Let me drop.
Um.
But my question was, why do alpha males always look for high vibrational women? And um no, I did answer it. My answer was that I think it is to drain them
Mm.
because they want to, I don't know. I feel like they just don't exhibit those qualities that a high vibrational person does, and that's why they want a high vibrational woman, so then they can, either grasp off that energy, and with the energy that they're bringing they drain the energy of their significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna know why somebody would like want to come into somebody who is high vibrational and rob them of their energy. Maybe because I don't fucking know. Like, maybe they don't have enough discipline to do it themselves. Because I feel like we talked about this before about like what causes someone to be low vibrational and what causes people to be high vibrational, and we talked about this, like I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the moment that you indulge in substances, and I'm not judging nobody, like, because we all fucking drinking shit, but it's like, I feel like substances, like, it's like what you choose to indulge in, like what you choosing to put in your body too at the same time, what you're choosing to put in your mind too. Like, it's all
Yeah.
about what you're watching, what you're reading. If you watching like toxic ass low vibrational things, that's a toxic low vibrational thoughts. Like if you
Yeah.
watching something, and it's no shade because we all don't see the little fucking baddie showing shit. But it's like if you consistently watching toxic shit like that, like women fighting and shit, you know, when shit go left in your head, you gonna think like you that bitch on that show, and now you want to fight. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm being dead ass serious though. Like I feel like
But that's
everything,
all you gonna know.
yeah, I feel like everything about being high vibrational is like what you choose to indulge in. You know, I'm big on the substances because I feel like the moment that you indulge in substances, it changes your mentality. You know, um, so I feel like if you want to operate at high vibration, don't indulge in no substances. Don't be sitting here listening to negative shit. Don't be watching negative shit. Don't be eating bad shit. Shit that's not good for you. Like, limit fucking sugar. Bad stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's no point in no one having to rob somebody or drain someone of their energy when you could
Yeah.
literally do the work yourself and be your best self. Because to me, if you operating at a very high vibration, that means that you have literally, like, you're operating as your best self.
I think when it comes to friends, relationships, I try to position myself around people who, and I've been on some low vibrational shit at times in my life, but I try to position myself around people who are gonna lift me up, who are high vibrational themselves.
Yeah.
But what I have found is when you're at your low vibrational moment, most of the time you attract people who are at a low vibrational moment.
Exactly. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
explain. Like, Don, like we talked about a whole episode of this, but it's like, all right, let me go. You even said it before, Don. Like,
no, Bridge, don't leave us. No.
my
There
bad.
you go.
Um, you even said you can hear me. You
Yeah,
can hear
Yeah.
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um, like we talked about this before. Like you like, oh, if you go hang around a group of bums, you gonna be the next bum. If you gonna hang around a group of like crackheads, you eventually gonna start smoking crack. Like,
right.
um, it's like you are who you hang around, you are what you choose to indulge in. So I mean, I just feel like if you want to be your best self, then you gonna have to make yourself pure, and that's in every aspect. It can't just
Yeah.
be in like, it can't just be like, I'm gonna shut up. I don't know. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm reading a book to be a better person, but I'm popping perks at night, like
Right.
Yeah.
to
Right.
fuck a bitch or something. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you want to operate at a high vibration, it can't be half-assed.
And so coincidentally, my dude came through to hang out with me today, and when we worked together, he gave me the book
I gave you that
78, 78 Laws of Power.
48 laws of power.
48 Laws of
Mm-hmm.
Power. It is 48 Laws of
Yeah.
Power. But I also noticed that how he carried himself. When I read the book, I was like, it's okay. So these are the things. These are the components of his life that he tried to incorporate into his.
Yeah.
So when you get around people like that, and yes, you gave me the book. I think I gave it back to you, motherfucker. So when you get around people who follow those type of laws and they combine it with their life, then yes, like you said, like we talked about, Bridge, like, yeah, you can't be a millionaire hanging around 50 cent ears. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get money, you gotta hang around people who already got money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just can't do it. Like, there's no way
Yeah.
that you can achieve you can't be an entrepreneur with an entrepreneurial mindset, and you're around a bunch of 9 to 5 people telling you, "Yo, that's a bad idea." It's only a bad idea because it's not your idea. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my second business, started my second business, first one, I had a bunch of people around me. We all said we could do it, even though we had no idea what the fuck we was doing. When I actually had a business and I put my mind to it, everybody that was around me was 9 to 5 people, and they laughed and said that shit'll never work.
Right.
And when I started pulling down $7,000 to $10,000 a month off this business, the first thing they said was, "Yo, can I be a partner?" No, you cannot. You could be my employee because I already established this shit myself. You know what I'm saying? You can be my employee because that's the mindset you had. You had an employee's mindset. So by all means, you can work for me, but I'm already working for me. So if you want to be high vibrational, get around high vibrational people. If you want to be high vibrational and lose all that shit, hang around people who low vibrational.
Yeah. I don't
Reg,
know.
what you got?
Damn, what do I got? My topic is women that be out here fucking more than one man at a time, getting pregnant, and then just putting the baby on whatever man they feel is best. And don't even know if that's the fucking baby daddy.
Homie,
Can't
don't play that
relate.
shit.
Yeah, I can't relate neither, but it happens.
So
I be watching little Mari clips.
there are.
Mark is crazy.
These bitches is crazy.
Wait, there's clips of Maury. Wait a minute.
Guys, on Instagram, I love it though. It be like little.
I gotta find that shit.
Yeah.
There's a whole
But I'll say this though,
app that
watching that
plays
shit,
Mari.
I feel like watching them little Mari clips. I feel like it made me realize like how scandalous women really are. Like, how the fuck are you testing 2, 3, 4 niggas and you still don't know who your child's father is? Like, that's crazy.
No, for real. And then they all come up. Don't let them all come up. Don't let them all come up. Not the baby daddy. Woo!
I feel like, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if a woman, okay, so like, all right, because this also been a scenario too. Like, what if, what is it? Like, a woman, she didn't know who her baby daddy was, but she didn't tell him that. She put him on child support, and then after,
that's the problem.
Years,
Man,
all
sue
the time,
her
I'm
for
not the
all
daddy
that
no more.
money back.
Yeah, and I feel like that bitch should go to jail.
Yeah.
Should both of y'all should. You should be able to sue her for all that money back, but you can't. She should go to jail, but she won't. Because once she convinces the guy and he signs that paper and says that's my child, by law, he's responsible for all that shit.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't know.
But
So-
once he finds out, there should be some type of repercussion.
Hell yes, I fucking agree with you.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. So what I've noticed with women, with some women, not all women, because I ain't gonna make it a blanket. With some women is they look to the guy who they feel is the most responsible, and they're like, okay, you know what I'm saying, like he gonna hold it down. He don't sign the paternity test. She looks for the guy who's the most responsible, the most fatherly, because that's what she wants for her child.
Mm-hmm.
I can't knock it. I'm not gonna knock it. However, you can get just as much out of a guy if you just say to him, you know what I'm saying, this is not your child.
But in this instance, like, we gonna have to hold the women accountable because, bitch, why are you fucking more than one man raw at a time? That's weird.
That I was going there. Yes.
I think
I don't have a
that's
problem
crazy.
with them fucking multiple men because, you know what I'm saying, like in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying, I've been that dude. I've messed with multiple women. But I wasn't raw dogging all of them. Fuck that. That's nasty. That's just...
Y'all think paternity tests should be given at birth?
I think they should. Me personally,
I do.
The reason why I will say, I feel like, and I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like if I had a baby with someone, or like, I don't know how I feel if I was married and my husband was like, oh, I'm still getting a paternity test. But
I'd be like, excuse me?
Ooh.
yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would ever in my life feel no type of way if a man asked me for a paternity test. Why? Because number one, I really see what like women be out here doing. Not only that, my brother, he had a baby at 15 years old, and like, yeah, like I mean, I don't want to say too much on here because it's not my business to tell. But definitely needed a fucking paternity test. So I just feel like some women get offended when men want a paternity test, but to me, I just feel like get a paternity test. Like,
Right, like
it's
if
not
ain't
gonna
no
hurt me
if you know
by
it's
knowing
his,
that
then
this is
just
your
do
child.
Right.
it. Yeah.
If you already know,
Like
just
if you
go
know
ahead
it's
and do
his, then just do it.
Yeah.
I had a really good friend of mine, my homeboy, call him my little cousin. Um, he got a girl pregnant, or so he thought, right?
Mm.
From age birth to 5 years old, he was being the father. Come to find out, the chick was blaming another dude also for being the father, and both of them was taking care of this kid. He backed off once he found out. He was like, "Yo, fuck that. I'm good. Do what y'all doing." 18 years, well, 13 years later, he finds out that really was his kid the whole fucking time.
Damn.
And not only that, but he named his next son the same name.
Hey, yo.
So now he has two sons with the same name, spelled slightly different. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think luckily he was able to really find out the truth, even though he missed 13 years of his son's life.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to burn both ends of the candle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who the father is, but I need both of y'all to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, women, guys lie. Women tell dastardly lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys lie like it wasn't me. Women lie like it's your kid. You know what I'm saying?
See,
Like,
but I feel like men could do a little more though too.
huh?
Like if he questioned it, he can't go to court and request a paternity test.
Yeah,
He didn't.
I believe you can now.
Like is
Yeah,
that
he
not a
can.
thing?
He
Yeah,
could have.
they can
That's
subpoena
what I'm
people.
saying. Like, you know, he could have
But
did that.
also at the same time, he was also angry. He just found out that the girl he was with was cheating because if she thought somebody else was the father, clearly she had sex with somebody else. So he just felt like, you know what I'm saying, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I wipe my hands of the whole situation. Is it right? Nah, it's wrong. But why should you fight to be in somebody's life that clearly don't really want you to be in their life?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not about the girl; it's about the little boy.
Oh, that
About the
sounds all
child.
good. That was real cute. That sounded really. That was like PBS type shit. No, that's not the way it works. None of that works that way. Nah, it's guys are once again the male ego is really motherfucking fragile.
No, I get that. I totally
You know
get
what
that.
I'm saying? The male ego ain't as strong as y'all. Everything about a man is strong except his motherfucking ego. If he thinks somebody's smashing his girl, either he gonna do one or two things. He gonna bounce or he gonna fuck some shit up. I think I'd rather he bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather he just walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
But that's not always what happens.
No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, some guys lose their shit. That's not me. I don't lose my shit. I'm a bounce type of dude. I'm married now though, so this is different. So if baby you watching the show, try it if you want to. We all gonna be on motherfucking first 48.
Okay, done.
A mess. But yeah, these females definitely need to be held accountable more. There
Yeah.
definitely needs to be more repercussions for females that pull that kind of bullshit on men because that's not right. And they
Yeah.
should be able to at least get some money back or something. Like, you can't get no time back or anything. You know, you already
Right.
got connected to the child. So, like, goddamn.
So so I don't know. Like what happens if what happens if a woman got pregnant, she told one guy like, "Oh, you're the father." The whole time he wasn't the father, but he gave him the last name and he done built a bond with this child. Like, what happens then?
So I would like to say a good man would go ahead and still be the male figure in that child's life, but that shit's hard. Like, That's just luckily I've never had. That's the one thing I've never had to deal with.
Mhm.
Thank God. But that's hard. Like you become emotionally attached to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So now, if you leave, you hurt the child, not the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she was already a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not hurting her. You hurting the child. So
But that's
most
you feel like that's after like forming a bond with the child, or do you feel like what if a guy found out that like a kid wasn't his, and maybe the kid is like, because I ain't gonna lie, I really seen this in real life. Like the it was still a baby, but probably like I don't know, 8 months or some shit.
oh shit, children are resilient. They'll get over that shit.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
God.
kids are resilient. They'll figure that shit out later on.
So you saying like if
Okay.
a man found out a baby is not his at 8 months, it's cool for him to walk out the kid's life?
Man,
Fuck
you better
yeah.
dip.
Fuck yeah. Shit, get low, son. Get real motherfucking
And you
low.
dumb as shit. Yeah.
Shit. You
Get
better
real low.
dip.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And I'm
Get
taking
yeah.
my shit back.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I seen that to someone that I know, and I'm like, that shit was wild. And the guy fucking did that shit behind the girl's back. Like she didn't know that he got a paternity test on the kid,
Oh
and
wow. That's
found out.
hot.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. That's
Uh,
hot. That's crazy, but
Man,
that's
hey, you
hot.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Shit.
yeah.
I think that so most guys will just cause women y'all are some bullshit, yo. Y'all will make a motherfucker feel like, oh, you gonna do that? No, I ain't gonna do that, baby. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's mine. Dudes will fall victim to the bullshit
I
and
don't.
um and I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, once you sign that paper, it's a wrap. You know how hard it is to get your name taken off of a fucking birth certificate?
Get
This
the
shit takes an
paternity
act of
test.
Congress. No, no, no. The judge can tell you absolutely not.
They
The
can still
judge
make
can say
for.
yes, and you will
Even if
start to pay
you
child support.
Yep.
even if
If
it
you sign the birth certificate and you get a paternity test and you find out it's not your kid, they can still make you pay child support because you signed the
fuck
birth.
yes, yes,
oh hell
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
absolutely. They will,
That's
and
crazy.
the judge will tell you, too bad, so
Yeah.
sad. You signed
And
the
then
papers.
and then you got some women, so you got some men that be like, I'm not signing the birth certificate until I get a paternity test, and then
Shit, at
sometimes
this point I wouldn't either.
yeah, I mean you should I don't feel like in like number one, I feel like every man has a right just to confirm that just because you see or what goes
Yeah.
on. Even if you are sure of the type of woman that you think you having a child by, like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like men should just do that shit, period. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because like the baby don't come out you. You know what I'm saying? The baby come out the woman. So it's like, how are you really gonna
Yep.
know if,
Listen,
if it wasn't
my grandparents said that they were going to get one for my dad, but then they said when I came out, they said that I looked literally exactly like him. So then they didn't go through with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I personally, just because like I could say like my brother's situation, and he was very young. He was 15 years old, like when he had a baby. So like,
Wow.
hmm
yeah. So
Wow.
I can definitely say on my brother's situation, like I feel like men, regardless if you're in a relationship with a woman or not, I feel like you should definitely get a paternity test. I
hmm
don't feel like you should sign a birth certificate until you get the paternity test. And I also don't think that women should get mad at men for wanting a paternity test and not signing the birth certificate before getting the paternity test. Because then you got some women that be like, what? You gonna get a paternity test? You're not gonna sign a birth certificate yet? And so by the time the paternity test come back and they find out like that's really their child, some women like, no, you're not getting my baby not getting your last name because you didn't even want to claim my baby. I've seen women do shit like that too, where they won't like they're just mad because the man went and got paternity test and now you don't want to give the child their father's last name, just because he wanted to make sure, before he signed that birth certificate.
Yo,
So.
I had
Now I got
luckily
slipped 3 times. You got hella kids. Damn.
we gonna have him on the show eventually because as a matter of fact, we're gonna have him on the show. We won't even need any topics. We'll just let him talk because his shit is that fucking deep. I've only had to have paternity tests, and I say had to because now that we fucking talking about it, I mean all my children are mine. They all look fucking ugly. But I'm just saying, I could have fucking got caught up. But the chick that I did have to have a paternity test for, there was nothing to stop her from giving the child my last name in the hospital. Like, the child has my last name. Prior to paternity, I didn't find out about the child until she was 5 years old. And was it 5? 2 or 5, one of them. I found out about it later. And child had my last name, everything, and I had no control over that. Luckily, paternity, luckily or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, paternity came back and it was my child. But yeah, like the women can do so many things. The women have more rights in this world than sometimes they should. Now, for the women who are out there doing the right thing, handling things right, by all means, like, you are due what you receive and then some. Because child support ain't enough. And I'll go ahead and say that as a man who paid child support, at this point, I paid child support for 30 goddamn years.
God damn.
My youngest son turned 18 when my oldest daughter turned 30. So yeah, 30 years. I paid child support. But I will say, so child support's not enough. It's just not fucking enough. The money that you think you're giving this woman that she living all high and mighty on, it takes a lot of money to raise a child.
It do, but I ain't gonna hold you. Like, one of my clients, yeah, that motherfucker getting robbed.
You're only getting robbed if you make a lot of money. Like, you
Yeah,
if you're not making the money, he got to go back to court.
He still has, like, like, he ready to get married. He has like, I don't want to say it like that, but it's like, he told me he paid like $1,500 a month, and this is one child.
Damn, son, so he pulling down he pulling down good money. Yeah, but like, he can only pay, so the federal law says you only required to pay 17% of your salary. It's not like okay, so if you make 100,000, we're gonna say 35%. No, it's 17% across the board. So if he's paying out that kind of money, he's making good money.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I feel like yeah, he got a good job, but it's like he's trying to plan a wedding, all of that shit with his new fiance, and it's like, how the fuck, like, regardless he make good money or not, like, that's still a lot of money to be kicking out a month.
I used to pay $1,500
for one child. I could say if you had, like,
not for one child though, not for one child.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I could say if it was like 2 kids, but Jesus, like, 1 kid. That's her fucking rent.
Is the kid in private school or anything?
I don't think so. But I ain't gonna lie. In that situation, I feel like it's kind of fucked up. I don't know.
That kid must have some large expenses. Dang, that is a lot of money. $1,500 a month. That's a lot of money
for 1 kid a month. And
yeah, I know.
It's like,
not to be on some Diddy shit, but Diddy was paying $200,000 a fucking month.
All right, Diddy rich.
Okay, so it depends on how much money you got.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, think about it. Like, we live in fucking Maryland. Like, it's expensive as fuck. And I'm telling y'all, he's trying to plan a wedding right now with his fiance. Weddings are expensive.
Well, then maybe he should have stayed with his baby mama.
Shut the fuck up. But I
cheaper to keep her.
I don't really
keep her. he wanted to plan a wedding while he paying $1,500 a month in child support.
Angie, you
He's
telling me?
not making smart decisions then.
All right. So I got another situation. What happens? What happens when, like, a man and woman, they having sex, the woman get pregnant, the woman tell the man, like, I'm pregnant, and he be like, I don't want no fucking baby, right? And she like, fuck you, this my body, I'ma have this baby, and he like, oh, okay, whatever, you can keep the baby, but I'm not gonna be with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she want to put him on child support, not because you even gave him a chance of being a father, but just because you being spiteful because you mad because he ain't want to have a baby with you. You end up having a baby, and then you realize that still wasn't gonna force him to like be with you. So,
I mean, if you're doing anything out of spite, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, like and some women do that shit.
So, yeah, if you're doing anything, if you're doing out of spite, then that's just wrong. So, yeah.
The thing that a lot of guys don't realize is, go do it before they do it. Go put your No, I'm serious. Go put yourself on child support.
Yeah.
Before she puts you on child support. And when you go down there and put yourself on child support, get joint custody. So now y'all are both equally responsible for the raising of that child, and your child support's lower.
Yeah.
Unless you're making like a ton more money. Like if Diddy got with a chick from the projects, I mean, like, it shit ain't equal, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all are both making equal money, y'all are both equally responsible. If you got the child for 45 or 50% of the time, then your child support's lower. But what a lot of guys do is they sit back and go, well, fuck that, I just ain't gonna do nothing. Well, you about to get the repercussions of doing fucking nothing.
Right.
Like, you got to deal with doing fucking nothing. Go put yourself in child support way before they do it. While the child's, I don't give a fuck if she in labor. You should be at the motherfucking child support office going, yo, she's about to drop this kid right now. I need to go ahead and start this case.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
I mean, I agree. I can't agree with that because I feel like that happened to one of my uncles. Like, somebody hit him with some back child support when he was always taking care of the kid, but right before the kid turned 18, and he was always paying for the kid, you know. So I think he did that with the kid after that. He put himself on child support, like, nah, because I ain't gonna sit here and spend all of this money on my child throughout their whole life, and then right before they become legal, you gonna act like I never financially provided for the
exactly.
child, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm gonna tell y'all from somebody who paid child support. If you don't have receipts, the judge can basically say that shit was all a gift.
Right.
If you do not have receipts,
my brother having a baby at 15, like, I ain't gonna lie, my mom, she was definitely smart about that shit. My mom, like, you keeping every fucking receipt, everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's
my
crazy.
sister told me that shit when I had my oldest daughter. My sister told me everything that you send, keep a receipt. Every dollar you send, keep a receipt. And then she was like, you know what? Since y'all not in child support yet, here's what you do. Put the money in a bank account and have your bank send the money to her. This way there's a paper trail of the whole fucking way. When she finally took me to court for child support, my daughter was, I want to say my daughter was 12. And luckily, like, she wasn't on no bullshit, because at first she's not a prosecutor, but the little court clerk or whatever was like, oh, you want back child support? And she was like, nah. And the judge was like, there's no back child support to be given, because I'd already sent the judge all the receipts. Mm-hmm. Know what I'm saying? For 12 years. If I didn't keep a track of anything, I might have lost shoes, hats, coats, everything. I didn't lose them damn receipts. And my older sister kept a copy for me of everything I sent. Every dollar that I sent. So, but if you don't, the judge can literally go, oh, no, all of those was gifts.
Yeah.
And charge you back child support.
So, are we going to also hold men accountable for, like, the type of women that they choose to have sex with?
Fuck yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. My youngest daughter, Love my youngest daughter to life. I pray everything in her life goes well. But that's one of the situations in my life I wish I had never partaken to.
Mhm.
Um,
What things do you feel like a man should look for? I don't know how to word this. Like, what like traits in a woman that a man should look for before he get her pregnant?
um, First of all,
What, marriage? What?
I mean, yes, of course, marriage.
Marry that
I mean,
bitch.
let's start
But
there. Fuck
Marry
it.
that
I
bitch.
mean, I agree with you, Angie. But
Let's start there.
yeah,
But
I agree with you.
an independent woman, because an independent woman, a truly independent woman, she gonna be alright whether you there or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on
You
before
like,
you
if
jump.
I walk away, bitch, you better be able to hold it down. No.
Right,
There you
she gonna be
go.
alright no matter what. But so she's also looking at it as you can be here and be a part of my child's life, or you can be gone, but just be gone. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be a part of my child's life and you can't financially take care of my child. You know what I'm saying? Be gone all the way or be here all the way. That's what I mean by independent. You know what I'm saying? Should a woman have to go through that? Fuck no. Absolutely not.
That confused me now, Dawn.
Huh?
That confused me.
Okay, so what I mean is, you know what I'm saying? So if you get with a woman who's independent, you know what I'm saying, and she knows I can hold my shit down. Any situation I get myself into, I thought about this shit prior to, so I can hold it down one way or the other, whether you here or not. If you gonna be here, be all the way here. If you not gonna be here, be all the way the fuck going, and I'll take care of my child like you a sperm donor.
Yeah, but you feel like that's the only trait a man should look for
No,
when
that's just one of them. That's
okay,
just one
come
of the
on,
traits.
that
That's just
because
one
I
of the
mean,
traits.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't know. Okay, go ahead. You think, do you think independent women can still be like money hungry? No.
Oh no, hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. I've stumbled upon the Real Housewives of You Pick the City. I've stumbled on those things. So yeah. But also, you know what I'm saying, a like-minded woman. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the biggest problems I see in parenting, even co-parenting, is when y'all not mentally on the same parenting level. And most of y'all bickering is either because she still wants to be with you, but you still want to be with her, or y'all just don't agree on how to raise a child. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you can get with a like-minded person, and this is not just for what guys should look for in a woman that they might accidentally fucking get pregnant. What women should look for in a guy that you might accidentally get pregnant by. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, look for like-minded situations. And I don't mean, oh, we went to dinner, we both ordered crab. Come on, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, grow the fuck up. And
I
you shouldn't be you. And I know I'm fucking the one to say this. I got four biological kids. You shouldn't be raw dogging with anybody for at least the first fucking couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all gonna be together, make sure that counter what the fuck they call them, the representative done quit, and you know who the fuck you dealing with, because like the foolishness that we deal with, like, all right, well, I've known him for 2.5 months. I know he a good person. You don't know shit. You don't know a
Yeah.
fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, his representative is just getting warmed up. His representative is still making you feel like he's the great guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely feel like people should. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like when you get with a person, I feel like people definitely can put on a persona. Like, you know, people can be like, oh yeah, I want to get married and I want kids, and the whole time like you don't want to get married or you don't want no kids, like
Yeah.
So I feel like people can say a lot is definitely what they do, but I feel like you definitely have to have hypothetical conversations about like parenting styles, like what you find
Yeah.
acceptable, what you find
Yeah.
unacceptable when it comes to like how you choose to parent and like discipline your child and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah. Those
like you got some
conversations
people
should
that be
definitely be
like,
had before.
I'm gonna give my kid everything that I couldn't have, and then you got some people like, no, my kid gonna know the meaning of hard work,
Hell
like
Yeah.
yeah.
you know.
Hell
So
yeah.
I feel like if you don't have those conversations before you have a child with someone, when that time comes, y'all are gonna disagree, if not probably get divorced because y'all one person telling the kid this and the other person telling the kid that, and y'all just gonna keep clashing. So I definitely feel like you should have like hypothetical conversations about like what it is, like how you want your family dynamic to be and like how you want to like raise your children and stuff.
Yeah, I
Like you
agree.
should have these type of conversations before you have sex. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because anything can fucking happen. Before you have sex the first fucking time, these are the conversations that you should be having. Not that bullshit, what's your favorite color? Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Have some real true to heart conversations because once that baby is there, all that other shit is out the window. It don't fucking matter.
Right.
Um, I want my child to go to bed at 8 o'clock. Well, I don't. I think my child should fucking be able to stay up as long as they want. Yeah, that's a fucking argument. I'm
Yeah.
saying like it's a dumbass argument, but it's an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like these are the conversations that any woman, and you know what I'm saying, I'm speaking to women who don't have children. These are the conversations that you should have with a nigga prior to. If we can't agree on simple shit like this, why even have sex? I know it sounds like, oh my god, like, but we about to, you know what I'm saying, feel real good. But why feel real good for 15, 20 minutes and then you feel like shit for the next 18 years? You know
I
what
agree.
I'm saying?
I agree. And I feel like it definitely can be on both parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like women can be spiteful. I feel like men can be spiteful, when it involves a child.
Hmm.
I feel like I've seen it on both ends with people. So,
Yeah.
Like,
I
I'm,
definitely think it's important on both ends for people to know, like, who you could potentially have a child by.
and trust me, I'm a firm fucking believer in sex on the first date. It ain't a good fucking situation. It feel good, but it ain't a good goddamn situation. Wait, wait until you have some conversation,
Angie real
and some.
quiet.
I know she real motherfucking quiet. I ain't seen Angie this
I'm
goddamn
tired.
quiet.
Sorry, I'm tired.
We'll take that though.
Or you sign out.
The Sandman is hitting me.
I'm just playing.
Just you know what I'm saying, like, I guess to wrap it all up, just to you know what I'm saying, like,
A lot of
and
things.
we've talked about a lot of things today, but if you ain't take nothing from this goddamn show, please take this. Before you lay down with somebody, make sure you have some substance conversations. And I'm not talking about, oh, you like to eat lobster, so do I. Oh, that means we supposed to be together forever. That shit don't mean nothing. Have some conversations of substance, because
Yeah.
my youngest daughter, my biggest mistake was not bringing my own goddamn condoms to the party. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely wore a condom, but she definitely turned up pregnant. So,
Mm.
and I didn't bring my condom to the fucking party. So, there it is. So, like, understand who you laying down with. Like, sometimes you don't have to use them to fucking feel good. You can go fucking home and feel good, just as good by your goddamn self. Not to sound nasty, but you can. If you gonna lay down with somebody, understand who the fuck you laying down with, because you might get up with a whole damn baby.
True.
You may.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
may.
All right, that's my soapbox. I normally get on one soapbox for the fucking show at least.
Yeah, you
That's
preaching
my
'cause
soapbox.
fuck that shit. Bitch has been ruining my life.
That's his testimony.
Yo, I'm telling you, child support is a motherfucker.
Yeah. I definitely like I don't know. I definitely yeah. I don't know. But like what happened and I'm not trying to fucking turn shit on, but it's like what happened when you like have these hypothetical conversations? And what is the person just saying whatever? And then you end up having kids on the whole opposite of what the fuck they say.
Hit him with the oh, I would love to have a baby. Cool. So I'm trying to get pregnant today. Like, what we gonna do? We gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? A nigga will a nigga's whole tempo will change. Wait a minute. No, I was just talking hypothetical. I wasn't talking for real. Then we shouldn't lay down because it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Look, all right, you taking this shit too steep. Like you're not listening to what I'm saying. Like, what happens when you have those hypothetical conversations in the dating phase, right? And then it's like, okay, the line. And then y'all have sex and then y'all have a baby together. And then whole time they're not that parent that they said they was gonna be.
Okay.
Because I see that happen to people.
So
it's almost like you taking a risk, even if the person is feeding you a fucking.
I was ready to say that's life. That's just something you gotta deal with.
Honestly,
it happens.
Like at that point, honestly, what are you gonna do?
You still gotta do responsibilities as a parent.
You either make the decision to be with that person and deal with it, or you don't be with that person and take the steps to be able to parent the way that you want to parent your child.
Mm-hmm.
So what Angie just said is probably 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
If you've had the conversation, you've expressed how you raise a child.
Yeah.
And they sitting there going, oh, that's just that. I raised a child the exact same way. Because, niggas will say whatever the fuck they got to do to get the pussy. We will say anything we got to say to get it. But now you've made your stance right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't lying about where you coming from. So when he sit there and go, oh, nah, that's not how I treat my child. Nah, we had that conversation, homie. I said my child goes to bed at 10. If you saying 8, you need to go and find somebody else's child to raise. Because I told you, you know what I'm saying, how I'm going to parent my child. I told you, I'm going to make sure my child has the latest and greatest and the best of everything. If that wasn't your intention, you should have made that shit known before you played. Because now, not only am I going to make sure that my child has the best of everything, but I'm going to make sure that you make sure that my child has the best of everything, because that's what I told you in the beginning. I wasn't lying, I wasn't playing, I wasn't bullshitting. My child is gonna be in Louis and Gucci in the fucking playpen. You know what I'm saying? I told you that shit. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that you can do is be the honest you. So this way,
yeah.
If you have to take him to child support and he wondering why the fuck am I paying $2,000? Because she told your dumbass in the beginning that she want to make sure that her child goes on a goddamn European trip every goddamn year.
All right, this is the last thing before we close out. I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Do y'all ever, and don't respond yet because it's okay, listen. Do y'all ever feel like one parent should not let the child see another parent? Wait a minute, I'm not done. Do you feel like there's any good reason why a child should not see their other parent, where a parent would like hold the child from the parent? Or do y'all believe like it don't matter, nothing about that person, they have equal rights to seeing their child?
No.
Go ahead.
No, and I'll expand.
Explain.
On that. So
explain.
I mean, like abuse happens, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like I'm pregnant. You beat me throughout my pregnancy. Then had the baby. You beat me after I had the baby. The
yeah,
baby getting a little older. Now you starting to hit my baby. Nah, you can't
yeah.
see my
Okay.
child no more.
I agree with
I'm out
that.
of there.
I agree
I'm
with
out
that.
of there. You
Yeah.
know, or I feel like I'm gonna be real. I honestly feel like there's a lot of reasons in life where a parent shouldn't be able to. And I mean, yeah, I do feel like there's reasons why a parent shouldn't be able to see my child. People go through, I watch a lot of hoarders. People are hoarders. People can be really nasty.
Mm,
People can not be hygienic whatsoever.
yeah,
I don't want that around my kid. I don't want you touching my child. My child can get sick from shit like that. Stuff like that.
yeah.
You know,
Do y'all
uh,
feel like it's okay? Or not it's okay. Do y'all feel like it's right if a mother or father, because it could be either or, right? Keeps their child away from the other parent because the other parent is being inconsistent in the child's life. Meaning,
Yes.
oh, I'm trying to pick
yes,
you up this weekend and I'm not coming. And now it's consistent disappointment,
yes.
like in and out of a child's life. Do you feel like that is a valid reason to say you no longer have access to our child?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
the child gets hurt in such a major way.
Hmm.
Because that child is literally sometimes sitting on the front porch waiting for mommy or daddy to come through, and mommy and daddy never come through, and the other parent has to find a way to make it right. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
have to find a way
Yeah.
to fix that in that child's life,
Mhm.
and there's really no fixing that shit. Is long term fucking uh psychology shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
long term problems.
Abandonment issues.
Yeah.
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 And even like I have a younger sister and Kayla's 12 and Kayla turned 12 last year. She'll be 13 in December and she's been living with our aunt since she was like 8, I think. And because our mother is, like in and out of, the drug system and shit
Yeah.
like that. So she's living with our aunt, and our mother, she's called and things like that. She wants to talk to Kayla and all that stuff, but we understand that she can't talk to her. We
Hmm.
understand that we need to keep that separation because we know that still, even after being living with my aunt since she was 8, she still misses her mom. She wishes that she can go back home every day,
Yeah.
because that was her life. And we know that as soon as that connection is made again, she's going to want to go back home, but she is not going to understand that she can't. And it took so long for her to be able to be used to living at my aunt's house. And when I say long, I mean a couple years
Hmm.
for her to be okay. So you can't come in and out of a child's life. Like, it's not okay for them. They need that constant
Yeah.
love and reassurance. And it takes a lot to you know for a child to heal.
Yeah.
Like, healing takes so long, and I feel like people don't really understand how long it takes for a child to heal because they don't have no emotions. And they not that they don't have any emotions, but that I feel like some people treat children's emotions like they're like honestly like they're not real.
Right.
because because they're young and they haven't gone through much and stuff like that. They don't know what this feel like, they don't know what that feel like, shit like that. But
So
I really do feel like it takes a lot longer for a child to heal through things than it takes an adult to.
so I will say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. A lot of what women go through, not all women, probably 70, 60 to 70% of women, a lot of what they go through is because of those abandonment issues. It's
Hmm.
because that father wasn't in their life,
Yeah.
and they're trying to find the man to match what they've been missing all their life. Um, so for every guy who has a daughter, and it seems like God will sit there and give the worst fucking guys the most fucking habitual cheaters daughters. Um, and I'm one of them. Um, Understand, you have to be there for your child because the thing that they miss as a child, they will try to find as an adult. They will search
Yeah.
for it. They will seek, and they will find it in all the wrong fucking places because they just want somebody to feel like daddy. You know what I'm saying? So, I know we closing out, but like you asked a real powerful question. So yeah, is it okay for the other parent to keep the child? Because normally that parent that's keeping the child from the other parent
Mhm.
has already found somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Who can
Yeah.
step in and fill that role that they're missing.
Right.
And as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, somebody sitting, you know what I'm saying, my child sitting on the front steps waiting for their other parent to come by and pick them up. There's somebody in the house who's willing to pick them up, hold them, spin them the fuck around, and treat them just like the excellent fucking parent that they need.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not real big on parents keeping children from each other,
Yeah.
but when it comes to something like that, by all means, for sure, do that
Yeah.
shit.
I definitely agree. Um, I definitely agree, and I definitely feel like it definitely causes abandonment issues. And I don't know, but kids are very innocent, so it's like they definitely not gonna understand it because even when it happened to kids, it's like because it's like you want this person, like, or if it's my mom or it's my dad, like dang, I want them in my life so bad because it's my
Hmm.
mom or because it's my dad. And then they just choosing not to show up for you every time, I- it make you like more like want them more to figure out like why. Like,
Hmm.
I feel like kids don't really understand. Sorry, y'all. Um, kids don't really understand, like, when their parent ain't showing up, it's like they keep on having hope that their parent eventually gonna like do right by them, but ultimately I do feel like it's like making a child um it's like consistent disappointment. And I do feel
Yeah.
like it causes you to we talked about this before, but I do feel like it causes like you to have abandonment issues to think like even when you in a toxic relationship, you like, no, I don't want you to leave me because it's like you've always had that feeling of like the person that had a part of you coming into this world walking away from you, or like just invalidating you at certain times, coming in and out your life.
Hmm.
So, I know this right here to be fact. I've seen it so many times. It's like, okay, let's say I'm fucking. I'll go ahead and say me. Let's say me and a chick, we get together, we have a baby together, and as long as she still wants me in her life, like she's still trying to get me to be in her life, she's gonna speak very highly of me when
Mm,
it comes to the child. But as soon as she realizes that shit's not gonna happen no more, now I'm the piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I'm everything horrible in life because she still was trying to cling on, or he was still trying to cling on what they had.
Yeah.
But you've set your child up to think, you know what I'm saying, you told me my dad was great, but I sit on the front porch every fucking Friday for him to come pick me up for the weekend, and he don't come pick me up. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't you because you thought he was great. It must be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to really have an honest conversation with our children. And I'm not saying like anybody should tell them, you know what I'm saying, yo, your mom or dad ain't shit. They
Right.
ain't gonna be shit, ain't gonna be
Right.
shit forever. You know what I'm saying? But just let a child know that you're there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're going through today, tomorrow, the next day,
And
I'm gonna be there
I,
for you.
yeah, and I think it's important because I ain't gonna lie, I do this to certain ones of my nieces and nephews, but um, I definitely teach them like just because this person, this parent, ain't showing up for you, or in and out your life, that doesn't mean that everybody is gonna just discard you like that.
Right.
And don't be scared to walk away from people who are not for you just because you want to say I have somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an excuse, like just because you either missing that motherly figure, that male figure in your life, it's no excuse to tolerate toxic behavior in a relationship just because that's a piece of you that's always been missing. And it also isn't a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of like, why am I not good enough?
Yeah.
It's just because, either that parent is a fucked up ass parent, or honestly, what my therapist, be teaching me is like sometimes your parents have trauma that they've never worked through.
Yeah.
Sometimes the parent not showing up is a direct reflection of their trauma. Is it an excuse for them not to be a parent? No. But I feel like in my situation, that's why I can give grace, because I be like, I think my parents been through some shit. And it's like, despite, I feel like, my father, whatever, should have showed up the way he should have showed up better. Um, I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know.
So we gonna leave it with that. Everybody, before you all leave tonight, or if you watch the show later on, please do this a really big favor. Hit the like, subscribe, notification, and hit that share button. Share it with some more people.
Let's share.
So we definitely appreciate everybody who tuned in. We've had a consistent group who kind of hung out with us. I think the topic, you know what I'm saying, the topics might have been too deep for some of y'all, but that's okay. We got some deep conversations. We got some funny conversations. But guess what? When you come through, you always going to get good conversation. So we will see y'all next Wednesday. Be easy, people. It's all love. From Angie and her cat, Bridget and me. Love y'all. Be easy, people.